already know what it is. It's Barbershop Conversations. Hit the subscribe and the like button today.
Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. So, Sean Porter announces he's fighting Andre Berto in April. Then Andre Berto immediately responds by saying, "Keep your name out my mouth. No fight has been signed." Well, at the end of the day, let's just call a spade a spade. I asked this question to Andre Berto. Then I'll ask Sean Porter. Andre Berto, what move do you have outside of Sean Porter? Do you fight Kell Brook? He doesn't want you to fight. That makes no sense. Do you fight Amir Khan? No, you guys are training mates. Do you fight a Sammy Vasquez? Do you fight a Ruben Guerrero? Those are only two ways you can go, and both those fights don't make sense because Sean Porter is basically a title eliminator fight. And if you step down and fight a Guerrero or a Sammy Vasquez, you don't get the money that you've garnished in your last two fights. I believe you've made 7 figures in your last 2 fights. Right? And if you look at a Sean Porter, there's only 2 fights out there for Sean Porter. Amir Khan, in my eyes, Amir Khan, realistic fights, okay, that can potentially slim chance be made. Amir Khan and Andre Berto. I don't think he gets any other fights outside of PBC for right now. He's not a Manny Pacquiao, Jesse Vargas. I genuinely don't know. So this fight literally has to be made, not unless Andre Berto is going to fight Amir Khan, and Virgil Hunter has to choose someone to train. So let's be clear. Can we just cut the posturing out? Please cut the posturing out. Can we make an honest effort and make this fight happen? All right, this fight needs to be made because there are no more opponents on you guys' level. And I'm putting you guys on a level. I'm putting you guys on the level of A fighters with no belts. Okay? And I want this fight to be made. I think this fight is a very good fight for boxing. I think it's a headliner fight. I think it's a main event fight. I think it stands to be a good fight. I would say Sean Porter would be the Vegas favorite in that fight. I think Berto's hand speed would play a major factor in that fight. Berto's uppercut can play a major part in that fight. You know, but I would say Sean Porter goes into that fight as the Vegas favorite. But this fight has to be made, man. I'm just tired of, you know, Andre Berto. I'm going to ask you this question because I've asked you this question personally. I said, Andre Berto, are you a Hall of Famer? And you honestly answered me no. And I'll be honest with Andre Berto, you're always a great interview with me. I've never had an issue with the interview. You always give me an extra question, an extra 2 minutes, extra 3 minutes. But this fight has to get made, man. I don't know where you can go and make that kind of money. Kell Brook, Amir Khan is only 2 places you can go. Not unless you want to fight Earl Spence. Why would you fight Earl Spence? You might as well fight Sean Porter. So, I'm under the impression that Sean Porter is waiting for an opponent. The network is there. The money is there. Your 7-figure payday awaits you. You definitely have the talent to win this fight. It's going to take great preparation on both you guys' part, but I'm just tired of the posturing, man. It's not good because whoever postures the most comes off as ducking. Okay, and I'm speaking not as a reporter, as a fan of boxing. If I'm on the outside looking in, if Sean Porter says the fight is signed, and Andre Berto, this is the second time Andre Berto has come out and said, no fight has been made. I saw on Ellie's page, Ellie's Setbacks page, that and at Ten Goose Gym, where Andre Berto said the fight was not made yet. But I don't know where to go. I don't know where you can go. Not unless you're getting a Manny Pacquiao fight. You're getting a top ranked fighter, but I don't see that happening. Not unless you're gonna fight Timothy Bradley. Timothy Bradley is literally the odd man out. I mean, it's sad because Timothy Bradley has no one to fight. But let's stay on topic. Let's get this fight done. Okay, I hope you're at the fight tomorrow. I'm going to interview you tomorrow. And I know you hear this aggression in my voice because I'm just tired of the posturing. I'm literally tired of the posturing. All right, Berto, you need this second run in your, and I'm talking to you as a fan and as a combination as a fan and as a reporter. You need this second half of your career to be a Hall of Famer. You need this second half of your career to regain that green belt. Okay, you were great when you were young. When you were younger, so you're still relatively young. You were great. Your hand speed was second to none. Your flash was second to none. Your fan appeal was second to none. And I asked you, Andre Berto, is Andre Berto pre-Victor Ortiz still alive? And I want to see this fight. I'm sure boxing fans want to see this fight, and so I don't know where to go. I looked at Sean Porter. I interviewed Sean Porter today for 30 minutes, and I looked in his eyes, and it seemed like he was very sincere, And when he said April, and then you come back and say the fight is not done, so. I'm pretty sure you'll be at the fight tomorrow. You go to many of the PBC fights if you're in town. I would love to interview you and have this conversation with you because you have nowhere to go. Not unless you want to fight a gatekeeper, but you already fought Victor Ortiz. That was your gatekeeper fight. You was a landslide favorite in that. And I think previous to that you fought Floyd Mayweather. You got a great payday for Floyd Mayweather. So you've had a great run these past 2 years. You've gotten everything you could out of boxing. You went 1-1, and I believe you were 3-3 previous to the Floyd Mayweather fight, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I know to the pop culture, you're an A+ fighter, but you're an A+ fighter with no belts. So that means you have to take the risk and fight a guy that's striving for those belts as well. And let's get this fight. Let's get this fight on the road. Let's get this fight happening. I respect you, Andre Berto. I don't believe you're a Hall of Famer yet, but I think your second half of your career, if you can beat a Sean Porter, and then you can beat the winner of Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, and I think if you get one more belt, I don't know where that belt is, if it's Manny Pacquiao's WBO belt, if it's Errol Spence IBF belt. But if you beat a Danny Garcia or Keith Thurman, you have the WBA belt and a WBC belt, and you got to go get one of the other straps. So if you can unify the division, you're definitely a Hall of Famer. At this 147-pound division, you're definitely a Hall of Famer. So Barbershop Conversations, feel free to hit the subscribe button. So I say, Andre Berto, if you're not fighting Sean Porter, who are you fighting? And I asked the same question to Sean Porter. If you're not fighting Andre Berto, who are you fighting? This is a perfect match. I believe this fight. I keep on going off on a tangent because I'm kind of emotionally invested in this fight because, to my knowledge, this fight was supposed to happen a long time ago. If I'm not mistaken, I remember when you guys fought on the same card when you fought the kid from Riverside that had hand problems, the Latin kid. Oh man. I'm drawing a blank, but you guys know exactly who I'm talking about. I think he gave Maidana all he can handle. Shit. Oh, why am I drawing? Josecito Lopez. Josecito can't play poker Lopez. I beat Josecito Lopez at a poker tournament. It was tons of fun. Oh, Sean, I can't play poker Porter. I beat him too. I knocked them both out at the celebrity poker tournament. How funny is that? So that's funny. So, but um, I don't know where you guys go. I honestly don't know where you guys go. All right, but I thought this fight was going to get made when he fought when Sean Porter walked through Eric Bonnier, and you knocked out Josecito Lopez. Um, in the fifth or sixth round. I thought she looked exceptionally good. Hand speed was solid. Um, so let's get this fight on the road. All right. Just like the Floyd Mayweather fight was a fight that had to happen, and I I accepted that fight. This fight has to happen because I don't know where you guys go. You guys deserve the fight. And the winner of this fight, I'll tell you Sean Porter, and I'll tell you Andre Berto. The winner of this fight deserves a shot at the green belt and the WBA belt. Deserves a shot. You guys have put in enough work. If Sean Porter can't get his rematches with Keith Thurman and or Kell Brook, he deserves a shot at the winner of Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, so he could backdoor into his rematch for 2 belts instead of 1. So it may work out to his advantage. So, and in actuality, if you think about it, that Sean Porter loss is not that bad of a deal. Because you know why? Keith Thurman wins that fight, and he gets Danny Garcia. Follow me, guys. Follow me. Pay attention. Sean Porter loses that fight, and he gets Andre Berto. Okay? Now, I'm not implying that Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia is leaps and bounds above Andre Berto, but right now they're in different spaces in their career. Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia will be Vegas favorites over Andre Berto. So I'm just being honest and being clear. So think about it. Sean Porter has the easiest road to 2 belts. Right? Keith Thurman had the toughest road to 2 belts. So it could work out if Sean Porter beats Andre Berto, which he will be the favorite. He gets an easier road, and now he's on the cusp of unifying the division. How ironic would that be? And if Andre Berto wins and he defeats Danny Garcia and or Keith Thurman in the summertime, well, March, April, May, so it'll probably have to be in October. What a deal that would be. So anyways, Barbershop Conversations, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.